Are we really doing another film about villains that ride around on skateboards and rollerblades? Like, I feel like we're only 2 episodes in, we already have a trend.
Oh, you say trend, I say fetish.
Skunk it.
What's up, people of Peopleton? Welcome to Second and Move. We'll get into the swing of it.
Have we renamed it already? The second movement.
What's up, people of Peopleton, and welcome to the Second Opinion Movie Podcast. I'm your host, Danny Jones, and my co-host, Scott Morrison, the man with a haircut. This is where we take a film, and one of us defends it as if it's Die Hard, and the other attacks it as if it's Die Hard 5.
Yeah, we're back for the difficult second episode.
Woo! Second episode.
But I mean, we've got new mics.
Yeah.
No expense spared here at Second Opinion. We didn't do anything about the lights.
No.
We
We can that just whatever.
just deal with it.
Let God handle it.
I don't think he's on our side, because the light has changed so many times.
He never is.
Did you have a chance to go see Paul Blart Mall Cop 2?
I made sure I didn't have a chance to go see Paul Blart Mall Cop 2.
It blows my mind that Paul Blart is a franchise now.
Happy Madsen Company's answer to James Bond.
They obviously didn't just want to. They were like, well, we can't just set it in the mall again. So what do? Send him on vacation. I mean, I don't know how they're going to get as much product placement in this one since it's set in a hotel and not a mall. But I'm sure Happy Madison will figure it out.
They'll find a way. A product placement circus will come through the hotel or something. So you're doing the Paul Blart summary?
Fuck, what is even the plot of that film? I know he's a mall cop. I know I got that much from the plot, the title. I remember he is a cop in a mall, as we've said.
Yeah. Security guard.
The mall, yeah, that's it. The
He's a
security guard.
not a
The mall gets robbed by a bunch of guys on skateboards.
They hold hostages.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Paul Blart puts everyone's safety at risk and goes back in. The film is effectively just Die Hard, but with a bunch of fat jokes because...
It's also set at Thanksgiving, like that sort of Die Hard Christmas thing. It really is just Die Hard.
Yeah, and it stars Kevin James, Keir O'Donnell, Jama Mays, and Bobby Cannonvale.
Right, well, I'm against it. I'm against this film for this week. Let's establish that. I thought it was formulaic, pandering, and just very, very commercial. It's relatively inoffensive next to other like recently the whole Native Americans walking off of Adam Sandler's films.
Yeah, I heard about that.
No, we will not be called Beaver Breath. We're actually a really, really proud people.
Yeah, see, that's my problem with... I mean, I know this isn't an Adam Sandler film, but Happy Madison in general, I feel like those films have just become like tripe, unfunny garbage that effectively like they get made so that a bunch of companies can be like, can you put our product in the background? And yeah, it's just nonsense and shite, and I really hate them. But you know what? Paul Blart, out of all of them, I'd say Paul Blart is the one that has offended me the least, because it is quite family friendly. And I think that the character of Paul himself is quite, like, Kevin James is seems like such a genuine guy. Would you call him genuine?
I don't know. I'm on the spot. I've no idea.
He's probably just an arsehole like the fucking rest of them. You know, aside from fat people and ethnic people, it is relatively quite a harmless film.
If you ignore all the offensive stuff, it's so inoffensive.
Yeah.
I'd say that apart from all the offensive stuff that you mentioned, it's as comedies goes, it's extremely unchallenging.
It's very tame. Yeah.
It's boring. It's really unfunny. It's not really original. The characters are lifeless. The love interest Amy, her traits are she's good looking. And then there's the other characters, like the guy, didn't write down his name, didn't bother. He was just the bully. He was just...
Yeah, the arsehole guy,
he was the dick. It didn't matter what he said. His dialogue was basically, I'm a dick, 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 I'm a dick. It doesn't matter what I say. You know that I'm saying something nasty and everyone's supposed to hate me, which is just the same in just every single sort of thing. And there's like examples of lazy writing in it, like... There's one point just before the climax where the one of the supporting characters gives Paul Blart a bottle of hot sauce for no particular reason. You're kind of like, that's going to be used in the climax in some way. And yes, sure it is. He throws the hot sauce.
I forgot the hot sauce was even like a thing.
Chekhov's hot sauce. It's just ridiculously lazy. The only way that this film does challenge the formula is its formatting of like the story. I mean, I'm trying to like how to. I tell you what, I've got a book. I know, bragging. It's Sid Field screenwriting. If you're not familiar, he has like this formula of how films should be formatted, three-act structure. And
we're film students.
And the first act is introducing your characters, and it should be about 10 minutes. And the first plot point kicks in, and that starts the second act, which is the majority of the story. Paul Blart, in its infinite wisdom, decides that to wait 35 minutes.
We checked.
35 minutes before the plot actually happens.
Before the villains show up at the mall.
So you have 35 minutes of Paul Blart doing his very Paul Blart thing. Which is being hated.
Well, I mean, he is, yeah. People really dislike Paul. It's very sad. And I think Paul even seems to hate himself a little bit. There's the scene where he's having dinner, and I can't remember what he's eating, but he starts rubbing like, is it pie? And he starts putting peanut butter on it.
Yeah.
And he mutters to himself in front of his teenage daughter, "Go away, pain."
Yeah.
That was heartbreaking. But I think like in that first half hour, like you're saying it's a bad thing that it challenges Sid Field.
I'm not saying Sid Field is the definitive way to write a film. No, not remotely saying that. Challenge the formula, awesome. Like experimental films, all for it.
Mm-hmm.
Paul Blart, nobody cared.
Yeah,
it's not the place to be experimental.
I feel like if you are just making a film like Paul Blart, it is probably safer to stick to the Sid Field structure because you're not David Lynch.
Paul Blart is not an interesting enough character to set 35 minutes up of him.
But there's some funny stuff in the opening. You know, there's some good slapstick, like when he tries to stop the guy on the scooter, or when he's looking longingly at the love interest and he crashes into the car. How the fuck does she end up with him at the end of that movie? Seriously. In terms of plot, though, there's a lot of plot twists in this film. A lot of plot twists, especially to do with the villain. In that first 30 minutes, one of the main characters, the new security guard, it's revealed that he's actually there to rob the mall. It's all a big inside job. Spoilers if you haven't seen. Yeah, obviously. Don't watch this if you haven't seen Paul Blart Mall Cop. I feel like it's a bad point of the video to say it halfway through, but and then you get to the end as well. Bobby Cavendale is revealed. At the end, he's revealed to be a villain. And I think the reason you don't expect that is A, because there's already been a plot twist like that, and B, Bobby Cavendale's been in the film for about 10 minutes at this point and has almost no character development, and then it's like, oh yeah, he's a bad guy, and then he does a big villain monologue, and then he gets shot, doesn't he?
Yeah.
The downfall of every...
His weakness is villain monologue.
Yeah, it's the downfall of every great villain is a villain monologue. But on the topic of like the villains and stuff, I thought Keir O'Donnell as Vic seems to be having a heck of a lot of fun with it. He seems like he's channeling his Gary Oldman from Leon the Professional. See, I've written that he's got like good one-liners and stuff, but I don't remember any of them because it was so long ago.
Memorable one-liners like the one where he said the thing. They were classic days. We all had good times.
Do you want me to Google it?
Yeah, you can quickly Google
it.
Do you remember when he was like, "That heart, Osborne, attack the heart"?
First we attack the heart.
The best part of this film comes from the last kind of 25 minutes when Paul Blart is like messing with the villains. You know, you got like the eyes opening in the hockey mask, that he's like standing in the hockey suit and he jumps, grabs the guy. Or the bit that made me laugh so hard is when he rises from the ball pit on his Segway and attacks the guys. You know, and I think like the villains in the film, they do pose a genuine threat to Paul. So you do have some conflict there, you know, because they know parkour. Kevin James doesn't know parkour.
They do know parkour. I don't think they're much of a threat. They don't have any guns. Which
They do have guns, don't they?
No,
I think they just don't use them.
I've a month and a half ago, I wrote down on a piece of paper that they don't have guns, and I've learned to trust myself from a month and a half ago.
And they did have guns. They absolutely have guns.
Again, we should have researched this.
They definitely have guns. They definitely, because I made the point of like they're running around with guns, but they don't shoot them ever.
Is that what I've got then? Yeah, I've got they don't use guns. Which,
Just fucking run it again.
ample times, Paul Blart should have been dead very, very, very quickly.
Also, Paul Blart, he has his taser, and there's several times in the film, like especially in the first 30 minutes, where he goes like that, as if it's a gun. That's going to get him shot one day. That's going to get him in serious trouble. He's going to do that shit to the wrong fucking guy, Robin McDonald. Like,
They don't use masks, which I feel like could hide their identity extremely well. That's, the whole mask business thing.
Mm-hmm.
Most people use masks. Most villains do. And then, like, they wouldn't have to worry about CCTV or witnesses or anything like that.
yeah, but if the police ever hunt them down, they can just use parkour
Yeah,
to get away.
they know parkour. They know parkour, skateboarding, BMXing. Very, very particular set of skills.
Very multi-talented group
Yeah.
of criminals. Why don't they just like?
They don't.
Why don't they take that show on the road? Why have they had to resort to a criminal lifestyle? They clearly have a lot of talents.
Yeah, they could do that. Not one of them can ninja, which disappointed me. And yeah, the villain's big weakness is villain monologuing at the end.
And Tabasco sauce.
And Tabasco sauce.
Is that what they use at the end? Or
It's
hot
a
sauce?
hot sauce. Is it the devil's roaring? Is that what it's called?
Fucking no, Danny. I don't know.
There is a hell of a lot of product placement in this
It's
film.
set in a mall, though. What do you expect?
Yeah, but like they seem to be going out their way with some point. It's almost as bad as Kevin James' other film, Zookeeper, where they spend a whole sequence taking a gorilla to TGI Fridays and telling you just how fantastic TGI Fridays
I mean,
is.
I genuinely laughed, so that does sound like a film I need to see.
It's not. There's mention of Amazon, McDonald's, Rock Band, Sims, and that's,
there's
that's
not even just a mention of Rock Band. There's an entire 5-minute scene where Paul Blart plays Rock Band.
Yep.
No one's that good at Rock Band on their first try.
No.
No one.
No. Advertisement of Sims expansion packs. Not just the Sims game, but the expansion packs that come with them. Ratchet and Clank, and of course the Hello Kitty plaster that he puts on. It makes the whole thing feel cold and sort of very, very corporate. It feels like a film that was specifically constructed to put product placement in. Like I don't mind product placement. I'm not going to be one of these free hippie loving people who are like, get away from the corporations, man. But product placement should be incidental and not inform the story.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to come to its defense on that one, but I mean, that's just what a lot of films and TV do now. It's just kind of how media works. I mean, you look at How I Met Your Mother. I remember there was a thing about how they have billboards in like shots of that show. And then when they repeat the episodes, they can update the billboards to like new products. So even though the episode might be from like 2009, you're seeing a product for like the new Batman video game. Like,
I'm learning.
and at least it is, again, it's like it's set in a mall. At least it's not like in Battle LA when they, in the middle of a fight scene, in the background of the entire fight scene, there's a big billboard for Resistance 3. Because that's also about fighting aliens. At least it's not just as kind of in your face as
I've
that.
just got problems against product placement.
Wow, how delicious this Carlsberg is, man. I'm loving it. Again, I'll just try and reiterate because I am struggling. There are some genuinely funny and quite sweet moments in this film. I think the relationship he has with his daughter is quite a genuine. It's quite a sweet relationship that they've got. There's a bit where she's trying to help him sign up for online dating, and she says, "What is it?" It's like, "What are your traits?" And he says, "I know a lot about sharks." That made me laugh a lot. There's also the bit again at the end when he's trying to take out the villains, where he goes up to the Q divider and he goes round the whole Q divider. That, as cliche and stupid as that joke is, I was howling with laughter. I think all comedies need just a solid Q divider joke.
You like yourself a good Q divider.
I do. The one in Shrek is currently my favourite. Paul Blart takes a close second.
Yeah.
And then I struggle to think of it anymore.
The humour in this, you've said some genuinely funny moments, but as a whole, it's pretty lowbrow. It's very pandering humour.
I wouldn't even say it's bad. Like, most jokes are just, it's funny because they are fat or something like that.
Yeah, well, you watch it, and with especially these kind of comedies, and you start to like notice a pattern emerging. And I watched Paul Blart, and I was up all night trying to find this pattern.
Again?
Yes, because it's there. There's clearly a pattern there. And I managed to take most of the jokes, divide them into the 3 primary colours of its humour.
Okay.
And because I like them so much, I drew a graph to represent it. Right. Okay. So you got these 3 primary colours here. Would you like to hold that side for me?
Yeah, I'd love to. I'd love to.
I'm not very elegant with graph, I must admit. You've got.
It's lovely. Don't.
You've got. Thank you. I spend a
Don't
lot of
put yourself
time,
down,
and I
man.
want someone to appreciate it. You've got. It's funny because it's not white, because the person's not white. It's funny because that person is awkward, and it's funny because they're fat. And it was bugging me because there's got to be a middle joke,
Like the ultimate part that combines all 3.
Ultimate Paul Blart, 3 primary colours, white joke. So I did. I was thinking about it, and I found it. Now there's this joke. One of the hostages. Right. One of the hostages.
Are we done?
We're done.
Moving on.
One of the hostages is this fat black guy,
Yep.
and the bad guy, Vic, was it?
Sure.
He earlier on makes a comment about joking to the negotiators about wanting a McDonald's.
Yep.
And so the black guy, when the guy comes in, the black guy, he quite awkwardly goes, "So, see that Happy Meal you were talking about?
Uh-huh.
You were joking about that, right? You were joking. All 3 combined. He's not white. He's extremely fat, and he's awkward. To make the middle joke of my elegant graph that's now on the floor.
So that's like joke 0 of
Yep.
Paul Blart.
Yeah, joke 0. All I've got to say is, if only there was an award for people like me who do this, I'd want it.
If only you look into this stuff. It's so much more depth
I am
than I even have the brain capacity to do.
You are not as dedicated to this as I am.
I don't really know what else to say about Paul Blart Mall Cop. That was a struggle. Like, I really, really did struggle to defend
I
that.
didn't struggle at all. I was having a grand time.
Yeah, you had the easy job. I think this is the. I mean, you know what? Some of the stuff that I said, like, I do stand by it a little bit. I do think it is the least offensive one, and I do think it has some funny moments. Like, that shark line slayed me, but it is, at the end of the day, it is just more tripe.
Yeah. I'll agree with you. It isn't particularly. It's, as far as these kind of films go, it's fairly harmless.
Yeah, that's it. It's not out to, like we said, it's not out to hurt anyone except fat people and ethnic minorities. It is the only film on Netflix that I've rated 5 stars. Those 5 gold stars are sitting proudly. He gets the girl at the end.
Yeah.
He gets Jayma Mays. Watching the trailer for the second one, it doesn't look like she's in it.
Oh, she won't be in it.
Because it looks like he's at that hotel with his daughter and his grandma or his maid or whoever the third person is that lives with him. I don't think Jayma Mays is in it.
She's not going to be in it. She's not. She's got too many.
I'm gonna have to look it up because I'm gonna be devastated. I think if Paul gets the girl and then she goes and leaves him.
Well,
I'm gonna look it up.
You look it up. Okay. Thank you so much for watching our second episode of Second Opinion. I want to thank all the lovely people that helped us. We got Sarah, William, Katie, Stuart. Cheer or something. Woo! That was them. Very enthusiastic cheers. And we'll links to their YouTube channels and stuff, and check them out because they're talented people. And Scott Morrison.
She's not in it.
She's not in
Well,
it.
she's not on the IMDb page.
No, she's not going to be in it.
Product placement right now.
What?
IMDb.
We're bigger fucking sellouts than Paul Blart, except we're not getting paid for it. We're doing all this for free. I reckon after this episode, stocks of Carlsberg skyrocket.
Yeah, thank you very much, and subscribe to our channel.
Thanks, everyone.
Skunk it.
And then that's the review. I guess that works as well. Fucking Bobby Cannavale, mate.
You might want to say these two are, but
Neil, I don't fucking know who they are. I've not seen them in anything other than these movies. Because, I don't know, well, because they are in it.
they are.
This is going to be awesome.
Just saying, if I was watching, I'd be like, I don't know.
I think we should just rename it Third Opinion.
And there's our fucking end credit thing.